Today we'll be doing a demonstration for a customer support case resolution, and this will be all the way through to the back-end IT team. Included in this demonstration is around the ServiceNow product portfolio, specifically CSM and ITM, to support that customer case journey. Okay, so for the real life use case, we're going to be using an example company here. We've got Solana Home Security. They are effectively providing, all the necessary hardware and software for a customer end user to have their home security system set up. In this example, we've got Sam Collins. She's the customer end user, and she's having trouble issues with her app, which is specific to Solana. Their app is not getting many video feeds, so she's going to have issues going forward. And what she would want to do is get some customer support. She's going to raise a case, using the ServiceNow platform, and then we're going to manage, or we're going to view that case journey all the way through to completion, from customer support side of things, including the back end, technical support that aids that front end user experience. So the journey itself, the flow, is going to start with Sam. As you said, she's going to create the case. We're then going to see, a first line support kind of user. In this example, we've got a guy called John Jason. He's going to act as the agent to pick up that case, understand whether or not there's anything he can do from a first line support perspective. And if he can't actually resolve it, he's going to then be able to create an incident that's going to be then pushed into incident management in the ITSM space of ServiceNow, where potentially a second line or a third line engineer would pick this up, a bit more of a technical acumen to help resolve the issues that Sam has raised. She's probably going to be more like an SME or a subject matter expert. She's going to investigate the incident if she has the way of resolving this, and she can close it down and give the feedback to John, who then in turn will give it back to Sam. The other thing she'll be able to do is identify if there's any similar incidents. Now, this is really, really interesting, because when you want to correlate multitude of incidents to a problem, ServiceNow allows you to create a problem and then a necessary change request in order to fix that root cause problem. Yeah. So therefore, those incidents may never ever actually happen again, and you don't have more disgruntled customers raising more incidents. And in this example here, we've got Chris Roof, who can potentially look and track the change request, review the actions taken, provide the root cause analysis and get it closed off. Yeah. So the first step of the journey is in the CSM portal. Okay, so where your end user customer will log in to see their login to like a customer support type page. And they've got a multitude of different options and functionalities. Today, we're only going to focus on, a raising of a case and a resolution of that. So in this example, she's got an issue. We're going to raise a case here. And in this example, she's going to have all these fields to fill in, but all she really is going to do is say, okay, the product is going to be the digital video recorder. She's going to say issue with mobile app video feed. Here we've got an example of some of these knowledge articles that could potentially help her resolve this issue. So she could look into this one and see if she's done that. And if she has tried those things, then again, she could still say, look, I've checked it and it didn't help. Can you please still resolve this, right? So we just go over to submitting this. Request now open here, and you can see it's a brand new one, and we've got her, she's checked existing article, didn't help, and we're ready to now look at that from a first line support perspective. So switching gears, I've got John Jason here logged in, and basically we've got a default workspace. This can be this is out of the box as it is right here. You can see we've got, number of cases, etc. and everything. He's got active cases open here as well. This can be, tailored and tweaked to that end user's kind of requirements if he wants to see specific information. So if we go to his inbox, he's currently offline. So being offline, he wasn't able to automatically pick up the case, right? So with ServiceNow, you have a functionality called automatic work assignment, which allows any user or any first ServiceNow type first line support to automatically pick up cases. Yeah. So in this example here, we've got this case open here. And now that he's available, this should, in theory, have been automatically been assigned to John. But in this example here, I'm just going to accept it. We're going to open it up now. So now we've accepted that case. So it's just loading it up. We've got the details here, so we can click on details. And we can see, it's now assigned to John Jason as I accepted it, right? So we've got some user information here on the right-hand side, and you can see that, there's these first line knowledge articles. But if we go to recommended actions here on the right-hand side, we've got some suggestions, right? So we could please verify, so we'll troubleshoot this. So we'll have a little look. We'll say, have they done the basic troubleshooting? Yes. That's literally what she wrote on the original case, Sam. Click yes. What's the current subscription status? She's an active user. Click yes. Let's proceed with creating an incident, because we tried doing some first line type resolution. That didn't work out. So now let's work on creating an incident. Whilst that's creating, you can see in the activity here, in the history, we've got, the case that was created, we've got who assigned, who picked it up, and then the incident that was created on. Yeah. Now that we've got the incident open, so let's just click that open in a new tab here. We'll just click it in, click onto it. And as you can see, we've got a full incident now around this specific thing, ready for our subject matter expert to pick this up. The other unique thing as well, just want to make sure you guys add some more values, that we can add SLAs to individual tasks and cases, right? So these SLAs are very important to an internal business tracking case resolution and how long specific things take to get resolved and fixed. So we have Lakshmi now logged into ServiceNow. She's going to be the second line engineer or subject matter expert on the mobile app, investigating the incident that was raised from John Jason. And she's going to be looking at the incident a little bit more closely. This landing page, as you can see here as I've logged into ServiceNow, is the Service Ops workspace. It can be fully customizable, similar to the previous workspace we saw for John Jason. And in this example here, you can see, it's incidents that have been already assigned, the SLAs that we're working against, and and unassigned incidents. It's fully customizable and can be, again, tailored to exactly what Lakshmi wants. When we're looking at the incidents, so I'm just going to click here and go into all the unassigned available incidences that we have. We can see we've got the new one that was just created from our end customer, Sam Collins. So let's click on that and have a little bit more of an investigation. And as we can see here, we'll go into the details. You can see, the affected configuration item in this example. The details, if we click on here, we've got the incident and who is actually going to pick up this. So I can actually say, all right, let's not say service desk is going to pick it up, and I'll pick this up myself. Go, just save that. So now that, Lakshmi is going to be picking up this incident. And as you can see here on the right hand side, the full activity, again, of the history of everything that's happened, right? So what we can then now do is start to investigate a little bit more on, recommendation actions. So let's have a little look if there's anything there. We've got, it seems like there's multiple incidents here. right? And we'll get back to that in a little bit later. So let's have a look at a way of resolving this specific issue. So we've got an article here potentially to fix the issue with the mobile app video feed, which is fantastic. So we'll have a little look at that. It's got a good knowledge article here. If you've received this if you've received this error in this example, we can then attach these certain things. So let's click attach to that, and actually let's put some additional comments saying, please follow these steps. Attach the article, and then we'll circle back to John Jason in a second. So what we'll do is we can close the incident. So we can say, resolve, and before we'll go back to John Jason. So we're going to say, do you know what, we've done a workaround rather than a solution, and we're going to say, article shared. Close it down. Okay, so the resolution's updated now. Now let's go back to John Jason. So we're going to go back to here. I'm just going to refresh this guy as well. Now that was logged in with Lakshmi. So I'm just going to log in as Lakshmi, or John Jason rather, sorry. We've got the, his workspace up here. So if we go back to his inbox, you can see his, let's go back to the list of all the open cases that he's got working on. So let's go my cases. I've got the case here, so let's open this one up, and we'll go into reviewing the case details. So let's go to recommended actions, and we've got that knowledge article that the Lakshmi has provided. So we're going to review and attach this. So we're going to attach article. And what we're going to suggest is, so now that we've got the attached article to this, we can then review the case details, save that. So that's up to date, and we'll now go back to Sam to see if she's got the details as well. Samantha, and we're just going to scroll down on her request here, and as you can see, it's been updated with the knowledge article, right? So if we click on the knowledge article here now, she can see the relative steps that she needs to do, right? And she can post a comment or whatever she wants to do from that perspective. Now that she can actually access this, and we've proposed a solution, we can effectively now close down the actual case from John Jason's perspective. So we'll log into John Jason. So we'll switch gears. We're on the case, and we can look to propose a solution. So there's two ways of doing this. We can manually put in the resolution code and information if we wanted to, or alternatively, in this example, we've got templates set up, so we can click on the template here. We can go resolve with incident. So you can see that information's now been manually updated there. And then we can go and propose solution. Now that that's done, we click save. We can now go back to Sam and see if she's happy with that knowledge article that was presented to her from our second line support type personnel. And what we can do is, you can see it's in a resolved status, so we can say, okay, accept solution. So we're happy with it. Yeah, so it's now closed. And again, with CSM, you could actually add in a survey to say, okay, let's get a bit of a customer satisfaction survey. It took too long, it's a quick fix, really happy, etc., etc. That can all provide, good insight going forward from a customer success perspective. So we have Lakshmi now logged into ServiceNow, to a little bit more of a deeper dive in the background of the IT operations side of things. So, now that we've resolved this incident, potentially we could create a parent incident. So on this right hand side, I've got like some recommended actions here. You can see like there's other apps that have, other incidents that have been generated with the same, same type of problem. So effectively what we can do here now is we're going to create a problem, because we can see that there's common incidents happening, and we can have all of these incidents related to this problem as well. So in this example here, we've got, example of the impact, and we've got this individual here in our change and problem management team. Chris Wolf will pick this up, and what we can then do is we can execute jump, which basically jumps through all the problem tasks. So in this example here, we've got these problem tasks that we can say that we potentially already looked at, and we can say, all right, the fixed tasks potentially for this will, that we can actually say we need to create a change request, right, from this problem. So let's just say, execute jump, activate jump from the change request side of things. So you can say now the problem's closed, it's moved into that, and now we can actually create a change request, right? So we've done everything in the problem. So let's go into change, and we've got individual templates that we can do if we wanted to, right? In this example, I'm just going to go back, refresh the screen. And because we've done the execute jump, we've already automatically created a change request here. So, now let's look into the change in a little bit more detail, and we've got an overview potentially of each and every step for this. So, we've got the individual change tasks and the config changes necessarily for Chris to pick up and access and do this. This is really, really handy if you want to actually think about like major incident management as well. And other certain things when correlating multiple incidents into problems effectively. Again, problems itself can have its own detail that's associated to this as well, and urgency, and exactly priority in actually getting it resolved from a business standpoint, right? And that's about it from the demonstration. Thank you. So hi guys, I just wanted to talk about a few things based on the demonstration I just did with CSM and ITSM. And realistically, what I wanted to talk about was the ServiceNow platform and its key value that it can help an organization especially when moving in the future of adopting, AI, and how it can actually aid an organization to grow organically, right? And how it can better service their customers. So if we take the first thing, and performance analytics, right? So say for example 3 to 6 months has passed after adopting CSM and ITSM from ServiceNow. Performance analytics can allow organizations to collect, analyze, and visualize data from different sources. Yeah, by leveraging this data, organizations can gain valuable insights into their processes. They can identify trends and make data-driven decisions, right? And I'll go into the bit about the detail around decisions a little bit later. The next thing is monitoring KPIs and metrics, and why this is really important, and why it's really good to know this in real time is basically you can start to identify areas of improvements, right? You can start to take proactive measures. You can look to do those kind of things, right? And also identifying workflows as well and optimizing processes. That's something that's going to be really, really important. And when you roll insights and metrics together, and take that understanding higher up to senior stakeholders, right? They can have a better understanding or better view of making better informed decisions, knowing, the data behind it effectively, right? So, for example, if they're looking at, how an incident goes from, raised to closed in the ITSM world is an example, right? Why does it have to follow different processes or different business units? Those kind of larger, complex, more organizations could try to make better informed decisions there, right? If we're taking, the future of IT and how automation and Gen AI is going to enable this for a lot of different organizations, ServiceNow provides a very key capability in virtual agent, right? And taking that human aspect out the window, where you can provide pretty much from a CSM perspective, 24/7 availability. You log into service portal, customer service portal, and you've effectively got a virtual agent there to assist you, right? Now that's really, really powerful, because you can, from a chatbot perspective, that's great, but from self-service capability, we can empower those customers to resolve common inquiries, through their own self-service capability or guided assistance or access to knowledge-base articles, right? Where customers can find their answers to their questions quickly and without the need for waiting for human assistance, right? The last element, is ensuring consistent experience, right? So, if you're delivering standardized responses, following your predefined workflows, whatever they might be, this helps provide a cohesive brand image and ensuring that customers receive consistent service across different channels. And then when we look at the ITSM world, and we equally look at virtual agent, again, this is providing around the clock support. We're also now actually taking that step a little further, where we're actually now automating the resolution of common IT incidents, and service requests, providing those users with self-service options. But also, this could be, back-end triggering automated changes or change requests potentially in an organization. This can significantly reduce IT workload, right? If they're having to deal with common requests of rebooting a server or something, then effectively this could, help trigger a process like that and just have it done. And especially when there's no human availability at that point in time, and 11 o'clock at night, and say, for example, a server needs to be rebooted as well, right? So that avoiding that human interaction can certainly deliver great customer success, but also, not having to actually have manned IT people at the same time. And then, this like that example I just explained, that gives us that end user experience, or enhanced rather, right? So they're more satisfied. It provides, from ITSM perspective, it provides, intuitive navigation. Virtual Agent does, it provides natural language processing capabilities, and personalized responses. This can result again in a more satisfying and efficient user experience, right? The one thing that I haven't mentioned for both CSM and ITSM on this slide is as organizations grow, and they certainly do, and they want to build more business, the need to maintain great customer service continuity is even more important, right? Keeping that customer base. So with this kind of a solution, especially with Virtual Agent and Performance Analytics here above, ServiceNow provides tremendous amount of scalability here. It doesn't matter about the number of service requests coming into ServiceNow. It can scale quite considerably, allowing customers and organizations to maintain those standards that they've set, but also deliver great customer outcomes for their customer base, and allowing them to get scale their user base quite significantly. If we just wrapping up, take this to the next step. I mentioned about enhancing user experience with natural language as an example, but natural language understanding can actually allow users to communicate in plain language, right, and respond and receive responses and actions accordingly, right. So it's just like talking to like normal people, right. And then secondly, from a automation perspective, I think this is the biggest one. You know, ServiceNow can provide orchestration capabilities to streamline repetitive tasks and workflows. So, for example, if you see a common incident that's always happening, that kind of you can actually get ServiceNow to kind of automate that. And this is across all ITSM. Can be even CSM as well, and even other ServiceNow applications, right? By automating routine activities and orchestrating those kind of complex workflows, organizations can improve operational efficiency. They can reduce manual errors and enhance service delivery. And that's about it. Everything covered off here and about the journey to AI. And I hope it's been valuable. And thanks for listening. And catch you later. Bye.